So this week, obviously, we've been giving each other albums, and I mentioned in our Discord after the fact a day later that I actually had written an album down for Big E, other than what I gave him, and completely forgot about it. But then it got me to look up Coheed and Cambria, listening to them, and it actually had a new album just come out in June. So
Isn't it good?
So I've been listening to that, and yeah, it's typical Coheed, and it's epic and great and
so good.
Yeah, brilliant. So just if you don't know who Coheed and Cambria are, they're like a prog rock alternative band, and they kind of spent their whole career doing a concept as an ongoing sci-fi story, and it's spread over 9 albums, and it coincides with the graphic novel The Armory Wars, and it's it kind of tells the story of what's going on in each of those graphic novels, which are written by the lead singer Claudio Sanchez. And I think that's brilliant. Like if you listen to this story throughout, and I really need to read the novels because
it's so good, mate.
I want to
so good.
Know I want to see what he's singing about. Do you know what I mean? Like I can hear the story and I can kind of grasp what's kind of being put together within the lyrics, but I'd like to see it on the page. And so yeah,
the actual art direction of the books, I sense it. I can't remember the artist that does it, but they are stunning bits of work.
Yeah, so the band kind of makes use of recurring melodies and self-referencing musical and lyrical cues like throughout the whole thing. They are constantly referencing back to the Armory Wars, and so their new album, Vaxis 2: A Window of the Waking. This is typical of Coheed, by the way. Their albums it's the follow-up to Vaxis, Act 1, The Unheavenly Creatures. So that came out in 2018, and they had obviously a bit of a gap between, and this is the second album in a 5-part story. So there's going to be...
Get another kid. I think that's why they had a gap.
Vaxis 3,
and the pandemic.
4, and 5. Yes.
And that.
But it's really good. Groovy and pop songs in there, with obviously mixed in with hard, heavy tracks. Bit of a kind of a musical touch to the end. I really like the start. It's the Embers of Fire. It's got it's like a proper call to arms.
Yeah, it is.
In it, it starts off with this little piano and just kind of builds up with like dum 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 dum, like that kind of like gets you going, and then there's a bit of a choir singing in the background, and it just kind of gets you going for the rest of the album. I like that they're still kind of pushing boundaries as a band. Like they're not boxed into one sound. It's kind of starts to peak towards the end. It comes a bit more spiky and progressive, but that's kind of like a structure they've used before. But like the final 3 tracks, it's like a proper epic journey with like twists and transitions, and it ends in this big 9-minute epic grandiose of a closer. And
so good.
It's if you like Coheed and Cambria, which I do, I've kind of enjoyed everything they've done, to be honest. I don't think there's anything.
I don't think they've done a bad album.
No.
I don't think they've done a bad one.
You'll like this. You will like this. And I implore people to just give them a try and a listen, to be honest. I was going to give Big E In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. You
loved it.
Yeah, I think he would have. I think he'd have much preferred this. Although I did say it might have been a bit more... It might have been a bit lost on you, Biggie, not for any other reason that you kind of have to listen to them a lot to start to hear the story and hear his lyrics, and the style of singing is quite high pitched in places as well. That once you've listened to them a lot, you then start to pick up bits of the storytelling.
Oh, his voice is very unique.
Yeah, I thought it was a woman to start with when I first heard them.
I can see it, mate. Absolutely, yeah. He looks nothing like a woman.
No.
He does have amazing hair, though.
He's got great hair.
Did you know that they actually released a sequel to Jessie's Girl, the song? The original 80s song. They did a sequel called Jessie's Girl 2 with, is it Rick Springfield that sung that originally? With him in it as well. They did a fucking sequel to a song.
Listen to that after this.
It's so good. It sounds like Jessie's Girl, but it's their version of it with Rick Springfield coming in as well. It's so good. Clever band.
I would give him a try, Biggie. The album I gave you this week was just a bit of fun, really. But I'd give these a go.
Do you mean it's changed his fucking life?
I think you'd probably enjoy the graphic novels that go along with them as well.
I was just going to say I'm more interested in comparing the two and seeing how it fits.
Yeah.
If you're interested in graphic novels along the lines of the Dune graphic novels, some 2000 AD stuff, that's kind of how their books run. It's more Dark Horse than Marvel or DC. Some good shit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try
check both out.
Yeah, track them down. It's quite expensive out there. There's quite a lot of them.
You can get an omnibus, but it's a table book and it's about 300 quid.
I don't want to delve that much, and I might just try the first few, see how I get on.
I think they're on Comixology. I think they're on there if you want them digitally. They're fucking great.
Yeah, new Coheed album. Great album, great band.